In this video, traders are going to look at which stocks could benefit from Trump's infrastructure 1.5 trillion planned spend. Stay tuned. Hey traders, warm welcome to you. Okay, so Donald Trump has planned to spend $1.5 trillion on infrastructure in the US. He is going on a spending spree, or his plans to go on a spending spree to really boost the infrastructure. Arguments that China's built something like 75 airports in the last 10 years. US hasn't built one. Just fueling this fact that Trump thinks, you know what, we need to spend some money. So politics aside or not, which companies would benefit potentially from the planned infrastructure spending? Obviously, these big projects are huge projects. They're going to be worth a lot of money for a lot of companies out there. So picked a few stocks that we can look through and see exactly how they're going to benefit. So first one, probably the most obvious of the lot, guys, United States Steel. This was a funny one because if you were around when Trump got into power, this kind of thing rocketed from in the teens up to 40s, back down again. It's been a roller coaster ride since. At the time I'm doing this video, we're trading around $30 a share. Now, this is the more obvious play, obviously being a steel company. There's lots of other stuff to consider in terms of the tariffs with the Chinese and using US steel. We're looking at the market cap of this at the moment is about $5 billion. Really super liquid stuff. Big company and one of the more obvious ones. Okay, if we look at some of the others, we've got CEMEX, which is the ADR, a Mexican cement supplier. Going to need cement for his infrastructure plans. This chart's been pretty beat up the current year and the last year at the time of filming. Who knows what it'll be when you're watching this. But if they get a lot of the cement contracts, then of course that could boost the bottom line. Will Donald Trump give them to a Mexican company as opposed to a US company? Who knows? Anyway, talking about US company, what have we got? United States Concrete. So again, another pure infrastructure play, if you like. Use concrete for infrastructure. If they get a decent contract, they're going to be making a lot of money from it. So at the moment it's currently trading around $39 or almost $40. Chart looks pretty mixed. It has rallied since 2015. We're kind of almost at the $90, $86 on a high, pull back off, and we're relatively low. When you consider the highs are $85, $90, we're relatively low. So one to look at. Let's have a look at the market cap at the time. Quite a small company, 646 million. A decent enough volume to trade in and out of that if that's your thing. But something else in the kind of pure infrastructure play. All right, so US Concrete. Let's have a look now. We've got Jacobs Engineering. Now we're coming to the companies that will benefit from the actual construction, i.e. engineering companies, construction companies, rather than the raw materials, which we had from the steel, the cement, and the concrete. Now we're into the engineering companies. Obviously, companies are going to have to project manage these, etc. So this is kind of all-time highs. I think let's just flick ourselves to a monthly chart to confirm that. Not quite. We kind of hit some highs at $100 a share back in 08. So 10 years later, we're climbing back up. It's an interesting chart, that, especially when you put it on a monthly. Like I said, as current price, you can see $80 a share. It could be different by the time you watch this, but that could be interesting. All right, so what have we got in terms of market cap? 11 billion, room to grow, a reasonable volume in the day, average volume, 10-day volume, 1.3 million, plenty to get in and out on. Okay, so let's bring that back to a daily chart and then let's have a look. Interestingly, I can't help but kind of notice this, that we've broken out with some reasonable strength here. Let's just see. It'd be interesting to see if that holds. There's an obvious uptrend going out throughout this year, isn't there? The first start of the year was rocky, but as it was for all markets in 2018, but steady uptrend since. So that could be a play worth looking at. Okay, Aecom, another play on that kind of theme. Rallied a little bit recently. Obviously, this is going to be news as the theme of news across all of these. Where are we now? $33 a share, $33.50. Pretty beaten down, but in a longer term range. Market cap of this, as I speak, is 5.25 billion. So pretty decent size. Let's look at some others. KBR, these are kind of boring-ish charts when we're used to looking at tech, but do you know what, guys? If you're looking to trade these or you're looking to play and invest in stocks, and you say, hey, I've got a thesis of X years ahead, then these are the kind of companies that you start doing research on. You say, okay, these are well positioned to get this contract, this contract. Okay, I think that this state will benefit from this infrastructure plan, etc., etc. And you start playing chess and thinking, okay, well, these are the 4 companies that will bid for it. I think that these 2 companies are the front runners for it. One of them will get it. I'm going to allocate capital to these 2. That's the kind of thought process that traders and investors will go through this. And then we've got McDermott, of course, beaten down recently. Actually, looks like it was an earnings shudder. Kind of fell pretty drastically before earnings. $18 down to about 12, gap down to the single digits, pushing back up just above 10 at the time of writing, time of filming, should I say. And let's have a quick look and see market cap pretty low, 1.7 billion. One theory could be this thing's got room to grow. One theory could be it's struggling. Maybe they're just one contract away from making, or one big contract away from making some decent money again. Has been up in the hundreds, now sitting at the tens. I never say that's a metric for choosing a stock, but it's interesting to see where a company has been, and maybe if you're digging into it, you'd find out exactly what happened to cause that downturn, and whether these Trumps, or this Donald Trump's infrastructure plan of 1.5 trillion would really benefit this company. So there you go, guys. There's a little selection for you. If you've got any more, stick them in the comment section below. I've got X, CX, USCR, JEC, ACM, KBR, and MDR. I know I've missed out a few, but if you've got them, stick them in the comment section below. I'm always interested to see which ones you think might benefit from Trump's infrastructure plans. Take care, keep your risk managed, whatever you do. Bye bye.